Hello, my name is Roberto Cavazos, and as some of you know, I am Mexican. For the past number of weeks, I have been flooding your social media feeds with videos, articles, and photos pertaining to the death of many students and the disappearance of 43 further students at the hands of the local police and the Guerreros Unidos cartel working together in Ayotzinapa in the state of Guerrero in Mexico under the orders of their own mayor. Needless to say, the response I've received from my non-Mexican friends on social media to these postings has been minimal. I understand, of course, it's very easy not to engage with serious or unpleasant news or videos or information on social media, and all of these postings of mine can easily be lost amongst the countless BuzzFeed lists and selfies and pictures of sunsets and hashtags and videos of kittens being adorable. But I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to not let that slide, because many of you identify me as a friend. Many of you also use my Mexicanness as an identifying factor. That is how you know me. I am Mexican Rob, and I'm proudly Mexican Rob. Actually, I'm very proud to be a Mexican despite what's going on in my country at present. But I can't let it slide that so few people that I know and are close to me outside of Mexico have actually contacted me or made any effort to find out how I am and what's going on in my country. I think a very close friend of mine put it best today when he said it's not a sexy conflict, and it's not on your doorstep. And it's not something that you immediately identify with. Fair enough, but you know me, and a great deal of you actually care about me. So now I want you to care about this. I'm going to throw some numbers at you just to give you an idea of what things are like in Mexico, a country that so carefully stage manages its public image that most of these news are not generally reported or openly reported or honestly reported within my country. Take this for example. All these news I've been sharing today, I had a comment on my newsfeed under one of the articles from a relative who I love very much, unconditionally, saying calladitos somos más bonitos, meaning that we're prettier when we're quiet. I was being actively discouraged from sharing this information because it makes Mexico look bad. Sharing that information doesn't make Mexico look bad. Mexico makes Mexico look bad. Our government, our people, the indifference of certain sections of the population, myself included, growing up, because this is nothing new. The government of my country has been systematically engaging in genocide for years. Years and years and years. Still, somehow, we've never had the UN calling us up on it. We've never had anybody actually questioning this from outside actively and chasing it down. There's been no mass investigation. There's been no outcry saying, what is going on in this country? No one has ever called us out on it seriously and stuck to their guns and chased it down. And so, yeah, we have a drug war now that started officially in 2006 because the US told us you've got to clean your act up. And so since 2006, here's some figures for you. We have had 180,000 deaths directly linked to that conflict, to this drug war. We've had an estimated 35,000 disappeared people to this day, not a single person has been persecuted or convicted in connection to any of these disappearances. These things are commonplace and nobody questions them. Right now, 43 students are missing, most likely dead. I'm not an optimist. I believe they are dead. But then we're told that these 43 have been incinerated on a big bonfire. 43 people were incinerated over 15 hours on an open fire that nobody saw. And they are now so thoroughly incinerated that basically identification is nearly impossible. This one, it takes 3 to 4 hours to cremate a single body in an actual crematorium. And this on a night when it was raining in the area in which apparently this fire took place in a dump. We're just fed. We are fed information and lies to try and placate us and try and make this all go away. And around the world, people say, oh, another statistic of deaths in Mexico, and that's it. There is no public outcry. There is no reaction that I'm seeing from the people that I know that is comparable to what I see on Facebook, on Twitter, on even on bloody Instagram from my friends, my politically active friends, about things such as racism, as immigration, as feminism, as the Gaza Strip, all massively important issues. But why is this not one of them? Now, I'm not asking you to share a no makeup selfie. I'm not asking you to like this video. I am not asking you to join hands across the world or light a candle and post it on Instagram. I am asking you to give a shit. Because the more people actually find out about this, the more people actually care, then the likelier it becomes that somebody will find out about this that cares too much to just like something and share it on Facebook or on Twitter. The likelier it becomes that somebody will actually raise their voice and say, this is not okay. And the more people see this, the more people will get angry about it. The more people get angry about it, the more people will raise their voice. And the more people that raise their voice, the less our leaders, our world leaders, will be able to ignore what's going on in Mexico. They'll no longer be able to turn a blind eye to what is happening in my country, to what has been happening for longer than I have been alive. Government upon government upon government, every regime has in some way been involved in either perpetrating or permitting similar situations to occur. There is not a single Mexican president ever in our history under whose watch similar events have not been commonplace. These things are all very much real, and they are not just down to the drug war that's happened recently. They've been happening forever, and they have forever been covered up. I come from a very sheltered part of Mexico. I come from Monterrey, the third largest city. I come from San Pedro, which is a very wealthy suburb of Monterrey. I come from a part of Mexico that is rarely touched by the reality that most Mexicans live in. And I am not willing to be passive anymore. I'm not willing to accept these things and go, well, they don't affect me, or, oh, it's a real shame, but at least, nobody I know directly is being affected by this. Yes, I have never been threatened. I've never been threatened by the drug war, or by kidnappings, or by murder. None of my close friends and family have been. I'm fucking fortunate for that. But every single one of these disappeared people is someone I care about, is someone I love that is gone now, and probably forever, because you don't come back after you disappear. You never come back after you disappear. That's just not something that happens. Every one of these 180,000 estimated deaths is something that hurts me as well. It hurts all of us. It hurts all of Mexico. It should hurt all of the world, because they are human beings. They're human beings that matter. They're human beings who have families. Think about their families. One of those 43 could be one of your children. Because just because you're not politically active and motivated doesn't mean that your children won't be, or their children won't be. And that one day this particular kind of tragedy might touch your family very directly and in a very painful way. My heart is hurting. It aches. My heart aches because of what is happening in my country right now. It is not a pretty thing. It is a beautiful, beautiful country filled with beautiful, beautiful people. But unfortunately, it is run by the polar opposite of that. It is run by fear. It is run by ignorance. It is run by people who pass the buck to somebody else. People who do not wish to take responsibility or who wash their hands of it. People who don't care as much about their own countrymen as they do about what foreigners think. So I am asking you, people foreign to Mexico, to please just get angry about it. I want you to give a shit. I want you to be pissed off. I do not want you to like an article on Facebook and think, I've done my bit. Yeah, I'm outraged about this because I'm a conscientious, liberally minded humanist. I want you to call these people out. I want you to say it's unacceptable. I want you to share your feelings about this, to find out more about it. Get informed. I'm not fully informed. I'm still trying to find things out. I'm still trying to form a more complete picture, but I know enough to know that what's happening there is not right. I know enough to know that we've had the wool pulled over our eyes for far too long and that we've actively participated in it. I want my friends, I want them to care about what is happening to their friend's country. I want them to give a shit, and I don't want them to reply to this video with a like or with a sad face emoji in the comments beneath. I want you to take it upon yourselves to find out more about the situation. I want you to get informed. I want you to get involved in the debate. I want you to speak to people about it and get them caring about it, because the more of you care, the closer we are to actually doing something about it. I don't think we are necessarily doing something active about it right now. I certainly wasn't. I mean, I've been living outside of Mexico for over a third of my life. I have not been directly engaged in these events, never at any point in my life. This is the first time that I can honestly say I have been politically active. And unfortunately, I'm here in London, safely ensconced in Stockwell in my flat, where none of this touches me. And I have been told to be quiet. I've been told I don't have a right to an opinion because I don't live in Mexico. I've been told I shouldn't share my opinions because it gives people a bad impression of Mexico. I have been told by people that they just can't engage with Mexico, that it's something alien to them, that it's not something that directly affects them. I don't believe that's true. I don't believe that's true at all. I have been guilty of trying to hide or deny my own Mexicanness with this accent, with my whiteness, with my undeniably middle-class upbringing, and with my opportunities that I have that most Mexicans can only dream of. These opportunities have given me something of a voice, of a way to express myself, and unfortunately at this particular moment in time, that's the only weapon I have in this war. That's the only thing that I have left to contribute. So if you are still listening, if you're still watching this, I implore you to please not be passive, to please find things out, to please do something about it.